Pear Deck is an interactive and engaging presentational tool that allows you to have students respond to engaging question types built into your slides, and you can use PowerPoint or Google Slides. In order to start, you will just click actually go to peardeck.com and then click on Teacher Login, and you can choose to log in with either your Google account or your Microsoft account. Either way, it's going to be your ASU credentials. But if you want to use the program with PowerPoint, just choose the Microsoft login. I am going to show you the Google version because that's what I use. So I'm logged in, and my account here shows a little crown, which means I have premium features, as do all of us at ASU. And what I'm going to do is click down on that arrow and click over to my account. And then I'd like to click on settings to show you that you can turn on a little classroom climate, and you can check for mood and feedback or mood only. And it just asks students how they're doing, and they respond with a smiley face. The other thing I really want to bring your attention to is takeaways. And what this does is after class, after your session, each individual will receive the slide presentation responses from that individual and the slides itself into their Google Drives, so they can see and interact or engage with that content even later. Immersive Reader I have not tried yet, but this is a new option in beta that allows your students to have Immersive Reader work on their slides. So that's how you would set that up. And then to view your sessions, you can see them right here. Going to home, you can see a variety of options. You can create a lesson right from here, or you can actually go into your Google Drive, into slides, and you can implement any of these question types on any slide. So you can create your presentation, you can add question types to presentations that you've already created or slide decks that you've already created, and you can actually upload a PowerPoint slide presentation in here as well and adjust it. So you need to go to here to get the add-on. Pear Deck for Google Slides is already here. Get add-ons here to grab it. And then in order to run it, I can click this, or I can click over here and click on Open Pear Deck Add-on. It's going to bring up all of the details on the right. So I am able to look at the template library. I can check out how Pear Deck works. If you're not sure, if you're a brand new user, this is something that you might want to take a look at. These are the question types. Text, which just asks students to respond with some type of text, so they type in their answers. Choice, multiple choice, a number line. You can embed a website so students click on it and go out to review that content. A drawing slide and a draggable slide. So you will embed these question types and these actions into your slides, and then when you present the lesson, students will be able to respond using their devices, which could be a smartphone, a tablet, or a web browser on any device. So as I will show you this example here, I have built in these different types of questions. If I wanted to change, for example, this one, which is a draggable slide, in order to edit what I already have here, I can click on this draggable button, and I'll be able to see the preferences, and you would see the same if you were to add the draggable option. I can change this icon to a variety of different types, and in this case I could change it to a taco if I wanted to, and then change the color, and I can add another. You can add up to 4 different pins or icons that students are able to drag, and then this will change the size. If I click on Update Slide, that is going to make that change there. So ultimately, if I wanted to add a new slide with a new question type, click on my slide, I can add my content, and then I can go out here to add whatever type of slide I might want. In this case, maybe it's a text response, and the application adds that here. And so with whatever content I put here, students will see that on their screens, and then they will have the option to type in something. So you can ask a question right here, they can respond to seeing an image, a variety of different pieces. And you can see you can add audio to your slides, and you can view the template library. If I want to present, I go in here, open it up, click on start lesson, and I can choose student paced activity, which is for students to interact and engage at their own pace, at their own time, or instructor paced activity, which I'm going to lead in real time. So I'm going to start my session, and it's going to launch the presentation and going to direct students to go to joinpd.com, and they will have a code in which to enter into their devices. So I'm going to do that now as students join, and they'll use their Google accounts. You can see that the number of students have connected here. I have 1 student connected, and this is the teacher dashboard. It opens up automatically, and it's something you don't want students to see. So if you're projecting this area of your screen, you'd want to move it away, or you can actually open this up on a different device, so a tablet or a phone, by going to app.peardeck.com/dash. And the reason you don't want students to view it is it actually lists their names, their responses, and it allows you some control. And so of course you would want to keep that anonymous from the other students. So I'm going to click on start class here because I am ready to go, and I will use my arrows down here to work through the presentation. This, for example, is a multiple choice, so students have the opportunity to put in their answer. If I want to show the responses, I click on this, and I am able to show them once my students respond. And so we have a response of C. This is the overlaid view, and this is the grid layout. So if I wanted to see just individually what students would respond, I could do that. If I want everybody joined together, then I'm going to use the overlaid response. I can click back on show responses, hide responses, and toggle back and forth, and then I can move on to the next question. And this is the where is your home state question, and I actually added another icon, and so I am able to click on show responses and see that one person was able to put 2 responses on here because there were 2 icons available, and you can see those down here. If I want students to have a limited time in which to respond, I can click on lock screens. I can actually give them a countdown and give them 30 seconds or even longer, and I can stop that if I prefer to just keep moving on. So I'm going to then open screen, so student responses are still able to be moved around. The reason you might want to lock responses is you just want to give them a limited time and you don't want them to change their responses. So in this case, I was able to change my response. If you decide as you are presenting a new question comes to mind, or you want to reteach and then re-ask for check for understanding, you can click on a new prompt, and then you are able to actually just add in a new type of question. And it has some templates here, but of course, you could actually add a different type of question based on the one that you already have with that current content. So that's a really nice option to have. So I'm going to close this window here, go back to my presentation. I can move to the next option, which is a written response. And so students can type an answer, and then I would be able to see it by clicking on show responses. And then just remember, you have the list view for these types of questions. You can just generate a list of all of these, or the grid view. It's going to include a grid of everyone. So you will see you have different options for showing student responses based upon whatever type of question it is that you are presenting for them. All right, so then the next thing that we are able to do is end the session. And if you would like to end the session, you will give the session a name. So I'm going to call this one Demo, and I'm going to say it's Demo 2. I want to publish those student takeaways to go out to my student Google Drive location so they can actually see everything that they have done. And I will click Save and End Session, and it's going to actually tell me that the takeaways are being published. And then if students want to go directly to them, they can click on this link. Otherwise, they will be able to search in their Google Drives, and they will be able to see that. And then I can click back on Return to Google Slides, and I am able to then finish. I can do this student paced presentation, and you'll see what happens here is students will get a link. You have to share that link with them, and then they will be able to activate. This is the link right here. As long as you keep the session open, students will be able to complete the session. So that is another option if you would like to use this asynchronously. Presenting a Pear Deck session using Zoom and asking your students to respond to the slides using a secondary device, usually a phone, or potentially opening another tab on their laptop or other device that they're using, is a great idea and works well. If you would like some support with this, educational technology champions are available through the IgnitED Labs fourth space online, and they will help you practice or set up a presentation using Pear Deck.